These are the 5 kinds of guys that you will most likely date if you are a single mom dating. Number 1 is the guy who thinks that he's doing you a favor by dating you in spite of the fact that you're a single mom. He thinks that you should be on your hands and knees thanking him for giving you a shot. Hard pass. The second is the church guy. You know these guys, like they'll take you to church on the first date. You think you found a good one. Turns out they are the most toxic, evil men that you will ever come in contact with. Let me tell you, you want nothing to do with this guy. Number 3 is the recently divorced guy. A guy who's gone through a divorce, has been married before. And let me tell you, some of these guys are single and divorced for a reason, especially if it's a recent divorce or they are newly single. Hard pass. Number 4 is the guy who's perfect on paper. Like, you guys should be such a good fit. Like, he just makes sense. He's a good guy. He's great. He's nice. He's got a great job. Like, everything is just telling you that you should date this person and he should be perfect for you. But unfortunately, something just feels off. Like, you just don't feel like it and you don't want to settle. So you don't end up dating this guy for very long, but it's for the best. Last but not least will be your future husband. The guy that you meet, that you finally realize why nothing ever worked out before. It just falls into place so perfectly, and God sends him directly to your doorstep, like signed, sealed, delivered. The perfect man for you, fits right into your family, is an amazing father figure, does all of the things. It definitely makes you understand why none of the other ones worked before you met him.
I am 44 years old and I am newly single after 24 years of marriage. I have been dating for the last few months, and let me tell you, it's wild out there, y'all. I'm already racking up some stories. I was thinking I might want to share a few of them here. Some things I've learned, some things that I've experienced, some things that I have thankfully not experienced because I realized it was a bad situation before I got myself into it. Of course, there's always the guys who tell me they're single and they're actually married. There's the guy with the Schmex machine. Yeah, I have a story that talks about something like that. Dating has been an adventure. It has been fun. It's been crazy. It's been healing. It's been validating. It's been exciting. There's been more good than bad, okay? But I'm racking up some stories. I would love to share them. Let me know if you want to hear more.
If you're dating a single mom, you should know you're not going to be her number 1 priority. The kids will always come first. Just a heads up. This is giving that she actually is a good parent. I mean, if she's not, then you don't want to date her at all, because that says a lot about somebody. But yeah, that's just a heads up. You're welcome.
In case you're ever wondering what it's like to be single in your 40s and thinking, this time I'm going to go on the apps and they'll be better, let me take you down the road called What Bumble is Like in Your 40s. Here we go. And they say we use filters. What are you doing, TJ? What are you doing? What are you doing? Now, this isn't even about looks, okay? Because a lot of the profiles that I'm going to show you, I cut out their looks because I don't want to be mean about looks because there's somebody for everybody. But what in the AI is this? But he is the master of numbers, so that could be something. Also, he says his hair is his humble brag. It's quite delightful. So there's that. Now, this is a lot of what I see on here for my age bracket. It says kinky, happily married gentleman in a polyamorous relationship seeking new friends and lovers. Kind, open, honest, communicative, and trustworthy. Well-traveled, stable, patient, and working hard on life. Will dance with you at parties and play guitar to serenade. Love to cook and have dinner parties. We know what that means. This one says, what is a date really but a job interview that lasts all night? What kind of dates are you going on? The only difference is there aren't many job interviews where you will wind up naked. I have a feeling not many of your dates end up like that either, but I could be wrong. This one says, great guy looking for that special someone. I was told I don't look like my pic. Now, just to warn you, I may look like Brad Pitt in pics, but I'm not him. I'm a great guy. I'm rough. I'm wife material. I don't know. Marriage material? Gotta look past the rough exterior. Stop with the filters. You age 20 years between pics. Now, I really want to show you his picture, but I fear that it would be mean. So I'm just going to let you imagine. Now, this guy is kind of like a narrator. He's just kind of giving you a biography, if you will. He says, I grew up in New Jersey, and I still live here today. I have 3 brothers and 3 stepsisters. I have 2 kids, son, 23, daughter, 22. Works in retail, in case you're wondering. Daughter works at a warehouse. I currently work as a driver for Frito-Lay. So you're going to get some chips. Now this guy seems to think that 40 is senior citizen. Come on, Bumble. I'm not 40 anymore. You can't update my age. The pandemic has broken the coding here. Anyway, time is running out, whether 35 or 40. We need to start making plans for the final chapter. Trust me, we don't want to be swiping in our 60s. Let's lock it up. Okay, Eddie. That's all for today.
My name's Amanda. I'm a single mom in my 30s, dating again. Let's talk about dating apps. So I'm on this dating app, and honestly, like, where do I start? Story time. Match with this guy on the dating app. Of course, he's like asking about my life and like, so happy we matched, blah, 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 and like doing the whole intro. And I'm like, wait. I feel like we've talked before. And I like went on my IG, and guess what? 2 weeks ago, he dropped in my DM. Small world, right? And we chit-chatted, for a few days there. But he did not remember that. For his shit, I called him out. Like, I was like, dude, we've already talked on IG. And he's like, no, we haven't. I'm like, yes, we have. Like, I'll send you a screenshot of it. So here is where I am. Like, if you don't remember talking to me 2 weeks ago, and like now you matched with me on the dating app, how many girls are you talking to? Like, how many girls are you talking to? How many single moms are you talking to? Because I feel like there's some, things that I share that like maybe make me kind of stand out a little bit, but maybe not, obviously not. After that, I just unmatched and was like, bye, like not doing this. Tip for the girlies. I feel like this happens quite a bit where like guys go ghost and then they come back, but like don't pretend that you don't remember meeting me or talking to me. Like that is like so effed up. Granted, I know it was only a few days, but still, like 2 weeks prior. It wasn't like a year ago. I didn't change my hair color. Like, dating's fun.
That's my mom. You're not allowed to be around her. Growing up with a single mom who devoted all of her time to you, then starting to devote her time to dating when you're younger, quite frankly, made my blood boil. Obviously, I'm not the spawn of Satan. I don't want my mom to be alone forever. To be fair, I was a complete princess when I was little, so my mom was with me all the time. We spent all of our time together. When my mom started to date and had her first boyfriend, I remember actually having like a physical response of actual anger in my heart, because I was like, why are you paying attention to this man when you have me? Like, I was literally like, Mom, what are you doing? I'm right here. You don't need that ugly man. You need me. When in reality, my mom does need a husband. And honestly, I want her to have a husband so freaking badly. But, like, because I didn't grow up with a dad, I had no, like, male influence in my life. Having a man in the house, one, was weird. Not that we really ever, like, lived with one, but just, like, even if a man would come over, I'd be like, ew, what are you doing here? But also something I really struggled with, which I still think I will struggle with even when my mom does eventually get married and has a husband, is like them telling me what to do. Like, I'm gonna be one of those kids that are like, you're not my dad, I'm sorry. Like, I will have to have so much respect for you in order to listen to you. But like when I was younger, I remember like one of my boyfriends once like told me to like pick something up off the floor, and I literally looked at him like, who are you talking to right now? And little me definitely was not afraid to speak her mind, so I was vocal about things that I did not like. I was talking about filming this video with my family this morning while we were all eating breakfast, and like my sister brought up the fact that like when my mom like got her first boyfriend and my sister like saw them kiss, not her first boyfriend obviously, her first boyfriend when me and my sister were conscious enough to like realize that there was a man in the house, my mom asked her for a kiss after like my sister had saw them kiss for the first time, and like she literally told my mom no. She was like, no, like that's not happening. And I just think it's so funny. We were so sassy. Honestly, I feel bad for my mom. My mom also once dated this guy who had a daughter my age and also a son my age, and I remember one time my mom spent time, I love her, his daughter by the way, like when we literally grew up like basically like sisters, like they were dating for quite a while. I remember one time my mom, like after we had moved, went to visit them and like spent time with his daughter. The anger I felt in my heart, guys. I don't know if I'll be able to handle it. Like, I don't know if I'll be able to handle my mom being in a committed relationship. I don't know why. But, like, something about it makes me really angry, because as long as she's my mom, you're not allowed to be with her. That means you're never allowed to see her again. Get out. Yeah, I just want to know if anyone understands these struggles, because I swear it's like a whole entire internal battle in my brain, and like sometimes I feel like I'm alone in it and then I'm just a psychopath. So someone please tell me that you think the same way that I do, or else I'm gonna go insane. In all honesty, I do want my mom to get married really, really badly. So if anyone has anyone that they want to offer up, let me know. I will approve all the bachelors. I will send my mom on the dates. Then he has to ask me if he can propose. If I don't like him, I will say no. He will go bye-bye and we'll go on to the next. That's how it's gonna work. Dating show coming soon. Okay, I'm done my little rant. I love you guys so much.
This is how wild dating is, okay? So I went on a first date last week, even though I said I'm not dating at least the first 2 quarters of 2025, but I was supposed to go on a first date with this guy like before Christmas, and then I got COVID, so we rescheduled, and like that's not gonna work out. But nothing on this guy. However, like after the date, I got in my car and literally from Scottsdale to my house, which is a 40-minute drive, I cried, like sobbing tears. And at first I was like, what the heck is wrong with me? And then I realized that I just was like feeling all these things still about Fall Guy, the guy I dated in the fall, that totally blindsided me. So throw a cactus at me next time I start having feelings for someone, because I'm over this. But anyway, so this guy, when I was supposed to meet him in December, he recommended going to this bar in Scottsdale. And I told my friend, and he was like, that's known as like a gay bar. I was like, what? And he said, but they do have really good drinks. Like he was told they have really good drinks. And I looked it up and they're known for their drinks. So I was like, okay, like I'm game for going. But again, we didn't go. So then I go on this date last week, and this guy keeps talking about like these other gay bars he goes to. Like he willingly said like, oh, that was a gay bar, like it's known for a gay bar. And then he started talking about other gay bars, and I was like, what is going on? Like I've never talked to a guy or been with a guy that is like okay going to a gay bar. Like wild. Like I just think that's wild, right? I don't know, maybe it's just me.
I'm a 40-year-old single mom that just started dating this year after 6 years of being out of the scene, and I'm going to fill you in on how it's been going. So I decided to start dating this year because my daughter basically bullied me into it and told me that I was pretty much a lonely loser. Because I'm very much an introvert and I love staying at home unless I'm traveling. Like if I'm not traveling all over the globe, then I'm most likely at my house in my comfies doing a little puzzle. Agreed that I would get back into the dating scene and like just see how it goes. And basically this is how it's gone. If you don't remember the avocado guy, this was a guy that I went on a date with. He said he was going to grill burgers, ended up microwaving burgers, asked me what I wanted on mine. I said avocado. He said he went to the grocery store to get it. And when I was at his house making the burgers, he had no avocado because he said, ew, I don't like avocado. I'm not going to have that in my house. Immediate block. Next was the diver guy, and this guy was really nice, and we had a couple good dates, but there were a few red flags as far as like character and empathy are concerned. He had a weird dislike for homeless people. But what ultimately did it is when he fake booked a room on our vacation by like looking it up and finding it on the internet or whatever, and was like, oh, hey, by the way, I booked a room on the cruise that you and your daughter are going on this weekend. If that's the only way I get to see you, then I guess that's how I'll get to see you. And that whole thing ended up being a lie. He like never booked the room. He said he booked the room to, I guess, see how I would react, thinking I was going to be excited. I wasn't excited. And then he faked sick and said he canceled his room. Also during this time, I was kind of talking with this guy, this Russian guy. He was 6 years younger than me, super sweet. We had a lot of great times together, going out downtown St. Pete, all this fun stuff, right? He even came to yoga on the beach with me. Like this poor guy. But then out of the blue, he just ghosted. Like I didn't hear from him literally until yesterday. So it's been 3.5 months maybe. In his text, he said he's been working and he's been out of the country as well. And so I'm like, okay, but like no text, red flag. Okay, then there was the guy the fleshlight guy who I went on one date with, and I probably don't think I did a story about him, but we went to dinner, or
We were supposed to go meet at this restaurant. I asked him if he makes reservations, and he said no, he hadn't made reservations. So I get there a little bit early because I know it's a busy place, and I make sure I get our name on the list so that way we can get a table. I let him know, like, hey, got her a little bit early, put our name on the list. He's like, fabulous. He gets to the restaurant, all of a sudden decides that he's not hungry and he doesn't want to sit down and eat. And to me, that's a sign that, like, he's just not into me. Like, he doesn't want to waste his money on dinner because he's not that into me. That's fine. But he suggests going for a walk. So I'm like, sure, let's go for a walk. We're walking, we're talking, and he basically admits to me that he's addicted to his fleshlight, and that he's looking for a woman that's going to be, like, able to fulfill that for him. And while I think that's super awesome that he knows what he's in touch with, like, physically, this was our first date. I just let him know that I didn't feel like there was any chemistry, like, after our walk. And then he was like, oh, hey, by the way, I wrote a book and I'd like to send it to you and get your opinion on it and see, like, what you think. Like, sir, no, you're trying to take from me even more. You're trying to take my time, my energy, and my review. No, I'm good. Then I went on a couple dates with the Are You Sure guy. And this guy just very low self-esteem, very, like, attractive guy, great sense of humor, loved chatting with him, but he was so insecure that every time we'd plan a date, he'd be like, are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure? Like, bro, if I'm telling you I'm available and that I want to go on, like, hang out, do this thing, like, that means I'm sure. So ultimately his insecurities were the nail in the coffin for him. Sorry. And then there's Coffee Guy. Coffee Guy I really liked. We'd get together, drink coffee, work. We'd, like, meet at a place and we'd work virtually together and we would just, like, chat and catch up and be able, like, it was just so nice to have that connection with somebody. But then he broke up with me and we weren't even, like, exclusive. We were literally just meeting up, like, having coffee and doing work. And he said, I am falling in love with you, and that is a red flag for me. And that was it. Now, he has messaged me a few times since then, like, telling me that he misses me, he wants to get back together. Not back together, but he's like, hey, we should go have a coffee date again, like, go and get some work done. He's like, I really miss working next to you. It's kind of like body doubling, you know? And so it was definitely just, like, friendship vibes. Well, at least I thought, because homeboy, like, fell in love. And then there was the guy that I didn't even make it to a date with, who I automatically knew that he wasn't going to be somebody that I was going to want to date. We had a phone date, okay? And I'm down for phone dates. Like, I'm totally okay with that. This guy's a firefighter about, like, an hour and a half away. But immediately when we get on the phone, he tells me, like, hey, I have a KINK for breeding. And then he asked me how wide my hips are. Mind you, this is someone I was texting with for like 3 weeks and everything seemed totally normal. First phone call, this is what he leads with. I just told him, I was like, I really don't feel comfortable discussing my KINKS with you right now. I don't think we're aligned in that aspect, but, like, it was great chatting with you. So there have been, like, some, like, pen pals along the way, people that, like, I text with, and I'm like, no, like, I'm good, no. But anyway, that's where we're at, and then I have a story for you that I'm going to share on the next video.
Question for all of these single moms of boys. Do you ever feel like you're failing as a parent because you've yet to find somebody to be a father figure in your children's lives? Or is that just me? Because my husband passed away when I was 3 months pregnant with my youngest son, who is now 5. And I have yet to find somebody to be that for my boys. My dad passed away when I was 11, and my husband's dad passed away last year. So my kids literally don't have that steady father figure in their lives. And I feel like as a mom, I'm failing them. You hear about statistics of single moms with boys. And it just weighs so heavy on my chest. Because I see how they grasp onto that male figure in my uncles and my male cousins. And I know that they want that in this household. And I feel like I can't. My picker's broken. And it just sucks. It sucks. Dating in your 30s as a single mom sucks. That's all I got.
I had no idea it was so controversial to date as a single mom. I actually don't think it's controversial. I think people are just like weird on the internet. And if you've seen the argument, maybe it's just on my For You page because I'm a single mom, but if you've seen the argument of people going back and forth saying you're weird if you're dating as a single mom, don't feel weird. You're allowed to date. You're allowed to go out with your friends. You're allowed to go to the gym. You're allowed to do things. It's just so funny seeing, again, the women come after women who are single moms dating. First of all, they make them sound like, oh, let your body heal. Let your, can you not go 5 minutes without a man? Who said in this argument that people were like doing that on dates? Like, so you guys just outed yourself. Like, you can't keep it in your pants for more than 5 freaking minutes. I can go on 1,000 dates and that's like not even something that enters my mind. So all the people like, ew, you can't go to dinner? Ew, I got invited to like the best seats at UFC the other night. Ew. No. Like, you don't have to do that. You can just go on dates, guys. And what about single dads? Are you telling them not to date? No, you're not. What about the baby daddies that have a girlfriend when their baby mamas are like 4 months pregnant? Are we coming after them? No, of course not. You guys never go after the men. You never go after the men. And also the argument is like, oh, how are you gonna let another man around your kid? Who said that? Do you guys know what a date is? Like, you just go out to dinner. You just go hang out. You talk. You don't have to bring your kid. You don't have to, go all the way. I've gone out with my friends. I've gone out to dinner. My kid didn't come with me. Luckily, I have my parents that will watch him. His dad's not involved at all, but like, there's options, guys, and you don't have to put down single moms for like doing that. That's so mean and crazy. Like, what do you expect? I literally saw comments like, I don't think they should date till their kid's 9. What? But then in the same breath, and a lot of these women that I saw comments were like, well, I'm married, but I just don't think single moms should go out. What if I told a married person, like, I don't think you should take time for you and your husband to go out to dinner? Yeah, that's psychotic. Nobody would say that. So, I don't know. I just think this is actually the stupidest argument ever, and you guys are being so mean to women. And I also saw people say, I think it's crazy the people that would date these women too. What? Yeah, honestly, I haven't had any issues, people, not wanting to go out with me. It's all the same guys that have been asking me out on dates for the last couple of years. It's new guys. It's, and this isn't even like me putting myself out there. This is just like Instagram or like out in public, like just life, like no dating apps. So yeah, you're kind of putting down like the entire population when you're like, ew, and that's disgusting for the guys that would date them. Dude, it's just guys. It's just normal guys. It's not like lower tier of guys that would date a single mom. It's just like the same guys that would date anybody. But I don't know what it is. I don't know if people are like threatened by single moms. I don't know if it's people that are like hate their husband or partner and they're like almost jealous that like, oh, at least we get our cute baby and our fun baby and our best friend baby, but then we also can go like out and find somebody that actually treats us good and like have fun. And like, I don't know what it is, but I just think this is the craziest argument on the internet, and maybe I'll get a bunch of hate for this. I don't know, but yeah, I'm 10 weeks postpartum. I've been on like a couple dates. I don't know. Sue me. I could have gone on more than I have. Yeah, and I'll just say that.
I just need to vent because why am I always the second option? Every single time, I swear. I'm always the backup option. I'm always the option until a different option comes around. And I get it. I have a complicated life. I'm headstrong. I have 3 kids. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a single mom with 2 baby daddies. I understand all of that. It's not an easy situation. And the ones that I, you know, want to give me a chance, they just treat me like shit. And then the ones that I'm not interested at all, those are the ones that are like, you know, there's some of us out here that are trying and you just aren't giving us a chance. Well, Bob, you're 67 years old. What do you want me to do? Of course I don't want to give you a chance. Yes, I'm not dating my father. What do you want from me, Mark? You're sexualizing my body before you even have a conversation with me. What do you expect from me? User 6547829118512. I don't even know your first name. Who are you? What do you look like? Of course I'm not giving you a chance. Like, let's use our brains a little bit here, guys, okay? The only people I actually give a chance are people that I've had face-to-face conversations with. Even if we haven't met in real life, we've FaceTime, we've been on the screen, we've been face-to-face with each other. You can't connect over a DM, especially if you're not even my type in the first place. I don't know who you are. We're not friends. You don't have a profile picture. Your name's not in your bio. And your username says Big Daddy Mac. Hey, can I take you out to dinner? No, who are you? Of course no woman is gonna go out on a date with you. But when you actually have a conversation or you're talking to someone and then they pick somebody else, that's when you're justified in saying, you know, I never get picked or whatever you guys want to complain about. Women don't feel safe. That's why they're not going out with you. It's not your personality. It's not that you're ugly. You haven't made her feel safe enough to go out with you. Stop blaming it on the women when it's probably your own doing. You know, I get picked second though. And I see them in person or over the phone or FaceTime. So that what does that say about me, I guess?
Okay, let me get this straight. They tell you when you break up with somebody that you shouldn't contact them because if they wanted to talk to you, they would. So go no contact. But if the other person's being told the same thing, then that person would never reach out to you because they're being told the same thing. So please tell me how that works because I'm confused. How?
I might have a date this weekend, but nothing has been confirmed yet. Why are you looking like that?
Have you met him yet?
I have not met him,
Is
no.
he cute or ugly? What's his name? One of your younger siblings.
Wow, you guys escalated really quickly.
How do you feel
How do
about
I
going
feel?
to...
Okay, let's talk dating as a single mom because this is a question that I get asked very, very frequently. Carla, how do you date as a single mom? Carla, are you dating right now? And as much tea as I'd like to give you guys, I'm currently not dating, but I don't know, my mindset with dating is like very, very relaxed. I kind of flip-flop back and forth between wanting something serious and then wanting something fun. I don't know, it seems like a really weird topic to talk about because I'm super private when it comes to all of that. I know exactly what I want and I know that I don't want to settle for anything because the way that I look at it is if I didn't settle for my kid's dad, why would I settle for another man that isn't their dad? I feel like now that me and the other parent are, you know, co-parenting here and there, that I will have more time. But I will say that even if I start dating, I would keep it super private just because that's just the way that I am. One thing that I do know for certain, 100%, is that I will never bring a man around my kids. I'm just really protective of my kids and I never want to bring anyone around them that isn't going to be in their life. So yeah, that's the tea on my dating life. I get this question a lot, so I figured that I would make like a quick little video just kind of going over my mindset on things. If you're a single mom and you're currently in the dating field, let me know what you guys think. How do you do it? What do you do? What are some boundaries or what are some things that you're looking for? Because yeah, I'm just curious. Yeah, bye guys.
Hello. It's usually a much more chipper hello. And I tried really hard to get all of my tears out before making this video. But I needed to ask everybody how they manage when you experience such a deep connection with somebody, and when you risk letting your guard down by asking them all the things and getting the answers from them that make you feel safe. And you establish this deep rooted connection that feels so much different than anything else has felt. And you start to truly believe that this person is in your life for a reason. And they are so emotionally intelligent. And you connect on such a deep level. And then you see so many things about them that are what you have been looking for in other people: the ability to communicate, the ability to problem solve, the ability to ask you for help and you to ask them for help. All of those healthy signs of a relationship are present. All of those things that you work towards, all of those milestones that you think, oh, this is what it's supposed to be. How do you go from that to never hearing from them again? Out of nowhere, out of absolute thin air, one day it is exactly as it's supposed to be, and the next day they've vanished. And they haven't vanished to the world. They've only made themselves disappear to you. How, as a human being, are you supposed to process that? How, as an individual, are you supposed to get over that? How are you supposed to trust anybody again? How are you supposed to see at the beginning of something that it's going to end that way? How do you avoid being in this situation again? I can't make sense of it. I can't understand it. I cannot imagine doing that to somebody else. I cannot imagine making someone I care about feel this way, and conversely making somebody believe I care about them if I don't. No part of the situation makes sense. And I know I'm not the only one. So if you have experienced this and you have the answers, can you share them with me, please?
Dating as a single mom is such a vulnerable topic for me because, one, I think I've only dated one person since I've been single, and I just did not feel ready. But now it's been over a year now, and I feel like I'm ready, but there's just so many things going on in my mind. Like, I think about, does this person get to know me first, or do I tell them that I have a kid? Just like if anyone watches Love Island, you know that like Huda she kind of waited a while to tell Jeremiah that she was a mom. And I know, listening to one of her interviews on a podcast, you know, she felt like it changed things. And that's fine if someone doesn't want their partner or their new interests to be a mom or to be a dad. And that's how I was. And there's nothing wrong with that. I see it both ways because I didn't think I was going to have kids. And I always thought it was like, not like technically a red flag, but like that wasn't my preference. I didn't want a guy to have a kid, just because I wasn't there or anything. And my preference now, not that anything's wrong with it. My mom was a single mom, and she dated and stuff. But even now, like, my preference isn't to have a guy who has kids. That's my own preference. There's nothing wrong with that. Now I've dated guys with kids, and that's just not what I want. I mean, I would never be selfish or take away from that child, because I would never want that, you know, with my mom. But that's a preference for some people. And some people, they don't care. You got a kid? Cool. That's fine. But I never wanted it. And even though I am a single mother to one kid, my preference isn't to have a guy with kids. And that's only, my reasoning behind that is just like, not necessarily the kid. It's all the stuff behind it. Now you're dealing with the child's mother or father. You're dealing with a whole nother family. Like, that's a big responsibility, you know, and some people want a clean slate. I never once thought that I was going to date while being a single, like being a mom. I thought I was going to be with my partner. I thought we were going to get married and all that stuff. But things change and life happens. But it is very scary to even put myself out there. Like, I'm not an insecure person. Like, I'm not shy. I have no problem going up to a guy and talking to him. But now it's like I carry a little bit more baggage. So it's scary for me, you know, because I'm like, well, what if they don't like me because I have a kid? Like, I have a great personality, you know, but I also have to understand, like, that's just someone's preference, just like it's mine. So that's my thing. It's like, do I let someone get to know me first and then tell them? Do I tell them right off the bat? I'm a person that, like, I'll tell you right off the bat, because I just like things put out the table. Like, I would like you to tell me, you know, if you had a kid. But I am scared. I'm scared to do it because it's just, I'm bringing someone else with me now. It's not just me on my own. You know, now I have my baby boy and he's in the picture. And, you know, my number one rule to myself was I'll never let anyone meet my son until it's absolutely serious, until you're going to be my husband. Because that's what I plan to do when I meet my partner. I plan to marry. I don't plan to just date around. I'm 32 years old right now, and, you know, it is what it is. I don't think most single mothers, not all, this is, like I said, this is just my situation. We never thought that we were going to be dating again, you know. I thought I was going to be getting married to my son's father and having more kids, and unfortunately, like, life didn't go that way. So now I am going to be going out to the dating world. I'm healing. I'm loving myself again. You know, I was going to therapy, and I still am, just to maintain. But it's hard. There was something I saw on TikTok that this girl said the other day, and it just like resonated so much because that's exactly how I feel, is I'm not scared to be single. I'm fine with being single. Like, I ain't got no one to worry about except for my son and myself. I ain't got to worry about if anyone's cheating on me or doing any of that crap. I'm not scared to be single. I'm not scared to be alone. I'm very comfortable with being alone. My thing is, I am scared of wasting my time with someone else who's just going to hurt me again, or is going to play games. So that's why it's like, I'm going to be very, very picky this time. Not because it's for looks or for any of that. It's just, how are you going to fit into my life in the right way? Are we going to align together and have the same beliefs? Are we going to pray together? You know, are we going to work hard together? Are you going to treat me with respect? You know, are you going to treat my son with respect? There's all those things to keep in account. But yeah, that's just my little rant of just, you know, eventually gonna be out there dating again, and it's scary, you know? It's scary. Something that was never scary to me before is very scary to me now. but I know that God is going to align me with my husband, and it's in his will.
Let's talk dating as a single mom. When I first started dating, it was really unexpected. Like, I obviously wasn't like looking for anything, and it didn't turn into anything. It happened out of nowhere. So I was like, okay, have fun. This is fun. I'm not gonna play games. I'm a mother. I don't have time for this. I don't need to play hard to get because I just am hard to get because I'm busy. I'm a mom. Like, I don't have time to just be available. So I decide I'm just gonna not worry about texting back too fast, or I don't know, you know, all the little things that you do to like seem interesting. But I guess I just really learned just be yourself is not enough. I'm not trying to say that you need to be toxic, because obviously not. Like, I'm very much against that for many reasons, but like that just wasn't fun for me. I would have had a lot more fun if I played a little bit, and it's literally not selfish because the other party would have enjoyed that more too. The psychology of dating is real. I guess I learned that men are just men, and they will always be men. This was my mentality, so I think that's why it became my reality. So if you are any single woman, or if you're a single mother and you believe that people won't want you because you're a single mother, then maybe that will be your experience. But I decided to look at it like, now that I'm a mother, it's giving mature, it's giving classy, it's giving grown woman, and the only people that can date me are grown men, real men. I can't say that was quite the vibes of the dates I've been on, but in a way, yes. I have so much tea. Anyway, the moral of my story here is know your worth, create boundaries, know what you will and will not accept. And whether you are a mom or not, that's when dating is gonna be the best for you. Single moms, know that you now have the ability to manifest and attract the perfect partner for you, because you know exactly what perfect partner is not. If you're not a mom and you're just a single woman, then live by this. You know that you don't need anything from a man, like they're just supposed to make your life better in whatever that way is for you. My time is valuable, and you've got to be real clear about why you're worth mine. I had to learn this in a very dramatic way. That is exactly the mindset you need to have. Manifest, attract the perfect partner for you. But yeah, just because you are a mother doesn't mean you don't want or need excitement and passion. Like, you're a catch. You are so much more attractive than you were before maturing. Like, literally, period. Okay, you've matured. Why would no one want you because you've matured? Like, you're better, smarter, hotter. So yeah, I hope you single moms, single women, actually anyone watching this video, the more you learn about yourself and the world around you, the more beautiful you get. Okay? Love you.
Being a single mom is honestly like a really hard place to be, because the second that somebody shows interest, one, I have trust issues, so you're lying. And then secondly, like, my brain immediately is just like, why? I have nothing to offer you. Like, my gas light is on, my change oil notification just came on. I'm fairly certain that my tag is expired. My toenail polish has grown out, my heels are crusty. I'm surviving off of my kids' leftover chicken nuggets and coffee from the day before. What about that is appealing to anybody, ever? So I'll just be here, dying, alone.
It's always, oh, you must just have so many other hoes that you're paying attention to. I know you're entertaining so many different men. You just don't text me enough. You must not be that into me. Literally, I just worked a full day, had to come home, cook me and Zuri dinner, listen to about 3 tantrums already within the span of like an hour, have to give her a tub, put her to bed. That's going to take about another 2 hours if I'm lucky, and maybe have an hour of me time before I go to bed. And you think I want to sit here and go back and forth. How was your day? How was your day? How's your day? What are you doing? What are you doing? How'd you sleep? Boy, be so for real. Next time, ask me how you could alleviate some of this stress.
I heard that you want to date single moms. Well, come on then. I'll give you a few pointers.
First things first.
Never offer to pay for a sitter. We actually love only being available for 2 hours every other Tuesday. And if you ever notice that the trash needs to be taken out, do not. We love being superwoman. Oh, and never text back right away. We're already so used to playing games with our kids. We love men who play games too. Oh, and don't forget about the free meals. We already handle making the food all day for the kids. What's one more mouth to feed? It'll be like having another kid.
Okay, I get a lot of questions. You'll hear Soul in the background, but I get a lot of questions about dating as a single mom and if I'm dating, what's going on. Well, first of all, Soul, don't cry. Here's my takes on dating as a young single mom with like just completely independent, like no dad. I think what will be my challenge is I am not completely open to having more kids. Like, as of right now, I do not want more kids. I know never say never, and maybe I'll want more kids if I find the right person, but I have always been into like more older guys, always. Like, that's just been a thing. I think just because I basically started my life very young. I've been working with an adult job since I was 18. I didn't go to college, all that stuff. I've just always been more compatible, I think, with older guys. So that is kind of in my favor with not having more kids. But like I said, I could see myself being open, but pregnancy did one to me. And I'm not into dating apps at all. And I don't go out. So I don't know where I'm supposed to meet a guy, and I'm not looking for guys. People have just been asking, so I'm answering. I'm sure if it happens, it happens. It will happen eventually, maybe, I don't know. But to answer the question of like, am I actively searching or anything like that? No. I think I'm at the point where I'm healed enough, like I could totally be in a relationship if I found the person and all of that, but it's not like I feel the need to be in one just to be in one. I have a lot of trips planned. I am not living somewhere that I know I won't be here for forever, so I don't think it makes sense to date here. But yeah, like dating as a single mom, it's interesting because there's obviously like a lot that goes into it. Also, guys, I hate going out to eat for dinner. Like, I hate dating. I hate first dates. Everybody I've dated in my past, it's because, like, I just met them organically and naturally. I've never done the whole trying to find somebody thing. I'm also very picky. I think I have a niche type, as we know. It's just not a big deal to me. I feel like my life is very full. I do a lot. I have Soul. Like I said, I work, I do hair, I only do women, so I'm not finding any man there. Then I go to jiu-jitsu and I go to the gym and I'm traveling a lot. So I'm not really dating. I think there's a greater plan out there that I don't know what it is yet. But no, it's not like I'm closed off from it. It's just that I think at this day and age, you are either like searching for it or not because of the apps and stuff. And I'm actually banned from Tinder, so can't get on. And Hinge just is so cringy to me. I don't know. It feels very millennial. And then I know there's like Bumble. I don't message guys first. And I know that's like a rule. I am not doing that. I mean, I have gone on dates, but like I said, they're all people that I knew already or was organic. No, they're all people I knew already. And yeah, it's fun, but it's just like, whatever. One guy I was going out with actually went to Miami with his ex-girlfriends and ghosted me. So interesting. I don't know. Dating's weird in general, and then I feel like dating as a single mom is not necessarily harder. I mean, I guess it is harder because, you know, like, you have to find a babysitter and stuff. But I was never really somebody that was like dating ever. Like, it's just, I always meet people and then it's like, if I like them, I like them. So I wouldn't say it's too different than what I'm used to. Like, you know, one funny thing though is you guys will know probably if I have somebody because I am against keeping them off social media now. Not to be like a weirdo, but with my ex, Soul's biological father, I was so against it. Like, I was so against it. I was like, no, I'm never posting you, blah, blah, blah. I don't know why. I think I just wanted to keep it private. Like, had the whole idea of like, oh, what nobody knows about, they can't ruin. Oh, bitch, it was ruined. It was ruined. if stuff is going to be ruined, they'll ruin it, you know? Doesn't matter if you're posting them or not. But I would love to, like, have a guy that has no social media. I'm not into guys with social media. But I want to make, like, cute videos with them. Like, they can be in the background, whatever. You know, like, I feel like I might even do a get ready with me for a first date if I am going on one. Because I think that's funny. And I loved Lexi Hidalgo, and she did that. And it worked out for her. But yeah, I guess what I am looking for is going to be kind of niche because I don't necessarily want more kids. I'm totally open with guys with kids because, like, Soul's biological father had a kid. Like, I've dated guys with kids and stuff. And, oh my God, Soul's, like, making noise. But no, I'm totally open with people with kids. Obviously, like, baby mama drama is annoying. If that's a thing, like, that would be kind of exhausting. But, like, the good thing with me, at least, is I don't have any baby daddy drama. It's just me and Soul. So that, I think, helps in a way. I don't know. But, yeah, the whole not wanting more kids, I think, will be more niche to find. I'm not going to say more difficult because I don't think it's more difficult. I've actually not really had an issue with that because I think just the people I attract we're on the same page. You know, you are what you attract, so whatever. But am I going to be going out with some, like, 24-year-old finance bro that went to a state school and is super obnoxious? Probably not. Not really my vibe.